exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream.
How y'all doing, baby? It is Friday. It is Friday indeed. You know what that means. That means it's Beer and Bud Friday. I want to thank everybody for showing up. The Remixtress was the first one to jump in, followed by Richard Phillips. Mark Perkins, thank you, brother, for being here. Tracy Tobias, my neighbor, Dorothy Tyndall, and Stephanie Dean, who's going to re-kick that romance going on. Robin Lyons is here, and Debbie Marie. Steve Guerrero, thank you for being here. Teresa Diggum, our resident artist, thank you for being here. Dwayne Dwizzle and Tina Riley. Aaron Trombley is here, thank you. Michael Foulbister, baby, thank you for being here. Let me see. S. Warren, all the way from Georgia, is here. Miss Linda, a.k.a. Mary Ellen, thank you for being here. Let's see. Who else is here? I got Mark Perkins. Keith Ellis is here. Sandy Smith, I'm sorry, get my mouth working, from North Carolina, baby. Thank you for being here. We appreciate that. Let me see. Karen Engels here. Bethy Brown. Donald Ware is here. Looks like the gang is here, baby. It is indeed Friday, and y'all know what that means. So let's get on with the ceremonial part of this show and get that beer off the ice. And let's get after this shit. Cheers to you, baby. And of course, the rest of that. You stuff that bud in the bowl, baby. We got a nice weekend ahead of us. Well, for some of us, I guess. Somebody left the door open up north again. Keith, where's Keith? I think he left the door open again, and it got cold down here. We're going to get down in the 30s tonight. And it ain't going to get no better tomorrow, but we're going to be back up to 80 by, I think, Wednesday, they said. So, again, that's our winter, baby. It comes in for a few days, everybody gets cold, and it leaves. So, I can't wait for it to leave. Well, what's going on, baby? Well, hey, Randy. Well, things are stepping up over in Ukraine. Russia has started attacking more of the western part of the country. Ask me, I think they're worried about the supply routes coming from the western part. That's where we're shipping in all the weapons that the West is giving them, is coming in through the western corridor. So, yeah, I think Russia's getting a little nervous about that stuff. Anyway, and Aaron, I ate sauerkraut straight from the jar and 2 spicy dill pickle chunks. Just can't muster the strength. Boy, howdy, what a dinner. Sauerkraut and pickles, baby. Let me see, what did I have? I had what the hell did I just have? Spaghetti. Mama made spaghetti tonight, so. But anyway, I hope your day went well. Mine went fairly well, except for the weather part, which is getting cold. Excuse me. Indeed, Russia has stepped up its attacks, and I'd seen Joe Biden today come out today. Now, that surprised me. That he came out and removed Russia from the most favored trade nation status. Shit, I would have figured that'd be the first thing would have gone, but evidently not. We came out today and removed him from favored status. And a lot of the other G7 countries are cutting back and putting more sanctions on Russia. And I don't know how much farther they can go with sanctions, but whatever they can do, keep doing it, baby, because it's hurting them. And sooner or later, somebody's going to get the message, I hope. But, Tracy Tobias had steamed artichoke with a green salad last night for dinner. Well, there you go. Now, wait a minute. Never mind. Anyway, let me see. Y'all gonna have to talk to me now. Let me see. What else is in the news? Yeah, I just came in the door. That's one of my problems with doing this show lately has been my time element. Seems like I'm getting in the door and trying to get together my shit 10 minutes, 15 minutes before showtime, and that's difficult to do. And a lot of times I get pissed at a certain thing, and then there's my rant. Today I didn't have time to really get into anything except for the fact that they're stepping up the assaults in western Ukraine and how much longer that is going to go on. One of the targets they hit, I understand, was only 70 miles, 60 or 70 miles from Poland. And they are indeed getting a little close for comfort over there. Anyway, Jeanette Miller's having a little snow up there. Well, thank goodness we're not having it down here. I saw Lisa Griffin Barr talking to Tapper today, and oh boy, howdy shit. How many times did that man try to backpedal? And, he came out with his book, and that's what he's out doing. He's out trying to sell his book, and it's like every other book that comes out. You want to write a book about it after the fact. When you were in office, you didn't do shit. Sort of like John Bolton's book. I was in the room. Yeah, but you didn't say shit. Not when it mattered. And Bill Barr's the same way. Jake Tapper did call him out on several times when he was talking about one guy in Texas who filled out 1,700 ballots and voted for everybody. No. It was one guy that filled out one ballot out of 1,700 inspection there. 1,700 ballots inspected. One guy was voted for somebody that he shouldn't have. Anyway, and Jake Tapper called him on it. Well, I got bad information. Yeah, you're the Attorney General. You'd think you would have checked shit like that out. He doesn't cut any slack with me at all. He kept on talking about that he agreed with Donnie's policies, but he was a jerk. Well, we all knew he was a jerk. We knew he was a racist. We knew he was an asshole. We knew he was a crook. We knew everything about him. But you liked his policies? What policies was that? Trying to rape the bank, trying to destroy EPA, trying to destroy NATO. What was his policies right there? Because that's what it was. And last night, last night, Donnie Boy went on Sean Hannity, I guess. I didn't see it, but I read about it. Sean Hannity kind of laying the plate in front of Donnie to badmouth Putin to say, hey, what Putin's doing in Ukraine is wrong, but Donnie didn't do that. Donnie stuck to his guns with his good buddy Vladimir. And as a matter of fact, spent most of his time, as I could see it, bad-mouthing the USA, talking about it if he was president this way. You talk about the biggest blowhard this country has ever seen, a narcissistic God complex in the man. It's utterly sickening to watch him speak because no matter what it is, the world would be perfect if just Donnie were the king. And it's so much bullshit. And I know people that follow him, and it makes me ill. But they gave him every opportunity to stand up against Trump and against Russia, and he didn't do it. That's the bottom line. And with people like Cawthorn the other day talking about Zelensky being a thug, are you shitting me? Yes, there's still a good part of the Republican Party that's doing its best to undermine our own country while holding Russia up on a pedestal. Like Pat Robinson said, he's being used by God. Really? Just pisses me off. It's still freezing in Colorado. Cassie Hicks. Let me see. Convoy Freedom truckers are calling 911 to report motorists are giving them the bird. Their freedom leader told them to do that. Really? Call 911 to report somebody who flipped you off. Now there's a good use of public, facilities. I can't believe they're even still out there. Give me a freaking break. You know, we've cut back on vaccine mandates. We've cut back on mask mandates. The country, I think, is trying to slide back into normalcy, whatever that was. And I've got to admit myself, I've gotten a little lax with my mask. I'm not constantly paranoid. I think I'm in good shape, but we can't turn our back on it. But yeah, how can they afford the gas? That's a good question, Aaron. You know, them 18-wheelers and the price of diesel nowadays is gone through the roof. But don't worry, they have backers, baby. They got people that'll send them money for that fuel. Lickety split, you know, because of freedom. That's it. Yeah, freedom. Ignorance is what it is. And again, it points to the problem that we have in this country, I think. Is this divide that Donnie chiseled into this country and is continuing to do, that has impacted so much of our lives. And I just have to wonder just how much longer can this go on? Because it's affecting everything from the truck drivers to the war in Ukraine. Are you shitting me? Like there should be anybody questioning our backing Ukraine. But, yeah, people like Cawthorn, I don't know where Bobart and Cucumber Lady stand right now. I ain't paid no attention to them in days, thank goodness. Send me money for gas, yeah, when I need to get groceries. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's going to get bad. It's going to get worse. It is going to get worse. I saw where the UAE agreed, I believe, is talking about increasing their oil output to try to ease the pain on it. UAE is part of United Arab Emirates, is part of the OPEC system. But then again, so is Russia. So, excuse me. Gary Spring, Trump's head is so far up Putin's ass, his ears are brown. I think he's tickling Putin's tonsils. Shit. Can't get it. Potty Pooty is spreading. The U.S. is attacking them with birds. What? Jeanette Miller here. The latest conspiracy. Potty Pooty is spreading. The U.S. is attacking them with birds. That's right. We trained a whole bunch of pigeons. We told them to fly right over the and we fed them a lot right before they left. So, you know, get enough chicken shit on you or bird shit on you, I guess they'll turn around. I don't know. But, you know, yeah, what if Putin uses chemical weapons? Well, Tina, Biden said there's going to be a serious price to pay. What that means, I don't know. That's what the big question is all of us have is what does that mean? What does it mean that when we say there's going to be serious consequences? There should already be serious consequences. You know, again, that's part of my two sides that we each have of how we know or how we feel about this, because the military side of me, like I said before, ready to kick some ass. Let's go, baby, because I see what I see as a weak Russian army. As a matter of fact, Putin today is approving mercenaries, are you shitting? Mercenaries from Syria to come assist in Ukraine. Huh. Now, if you're asking for help from people in another country, you're not doing too good, baby. You know, if you're calling for mercenaries to come in Syria and help your ass out, your troops aren't doing too well. And indeed, they're not. Because the Ukrainian army has stood up against this bullshit, and I could not be more proud of it. Uh-oh. You're going to get me on this one, John. My mouth ain't working right. Because John Diddybag just came in with a $10 donation and said, what did a cell say to his sister's cell when he stepped on his toe? Mitosis. My toe, sis. I'm sure is a medical term that I don't know anything about. John Diddybag, thank you very much, brother. We appreciate it tremendously. There it is. There it is. I got it before it even... Mitosis. Mitosis. I'm sure it has something to do with it. Anyway... a good thing I'm not a doctor, ain't it? Yeah, everybody would be in trouble. John Diddy Bag strikes again. Indeed, he does. I swear, I think the guy's got a book there, and he's just book of knowledge, I'm telling you. But Putin will lose like loser Trump. I raise I think so, too. But at what cost is it going to get there? That's the big worry that we all deal with. That's what everybody's doing, and we're kind of almost to the point of sick of hearing it. Well, we can't do anything because it might get us into World War III. And on the other hand, you're saying, well, if we keep saying that, it means we're not going to do anything. And Putin feels like he has a free hand. And right now, the answer is getting weapons into Ukraine as much and as fast as possible. I believe that's why Putin's picking up the bombing in the West. He hit a military airfield in the West. So yeah, Putin's going to get more aggressive. And as we've seen the tragedy stack up on the civilian population, there's the question that we just have to keep asking: how much of that can the world stand on the open stage? But because it's on the open stage, because it's in the news, because it's Russia, then we see a lot of it. There's other conflicts going on in the world that are just as tragic, but they're not getting the coverage, and they don't also don't take the the world effect of what Ukraine and Russia means to us right now. Anyway, let me thank Dwayne Twizzle, came with a $5 donation and said Syria is not sending mercenaries, they are sending active duty soldiers. A whole new ball game. I did not know it was active duty. Hey, that brings in we're worried about flying planes out of Poland into Ukraine on the fear that Putin might feel like Poland's in the war and here we go. What's the difference between just that Syria is sending active duty military personnel? That means Syria's in the war, baby. If they're sending active duty military personnel, Syria is now in the war, as is Belarus. These are the enemies, baby. These are the enemies. So why are we tying our own hands sometimes? Sorry, I heard my wife yelling no. It's got to be to an animal, either a cat or a dog. Not the bird. He's still in the cage. But I can hear him too. Anyway, I again say I am no different than every one of y'all with the thought of what's going on and what to do about it, and the escalation of that into a world war, and what that would mean for the United States and what that would mean for Europe. Can't be discounted, can't be lightened. So we have to approach it with a very somber reality in our head. But I don't know, man. I just think if he takes Ukraine, he's going to go for Moldova or some other place, and it's going to continue on until somebody smacks his ass down or until somebody puts Russia out of their misery, which, again, I say would probably be the best damn solution to this shit at all, because Russia is going to suffer. No more caviar. I know y'all used to that fine Russian caviar you buy at the store every day, but I'm sorry you're not going to be able to get that. So, yeah. And Russian vodka, no more. Not going to be able to get it in the United States anymore. Two things that damn sure not going to affect me, so Doctor, I swear he's got a buck, John. I'll let that pop up here so everybody can enjoy that. Or did it? And I didn't hear it. John Diddy Bag came back again. John, be careful, please. Always, brother. We appreciate it, but we want you to be careful. Came back with another $10 donation and said, become a doctor and change your last name to Acula. Dr. Acula. Dracula. I want your blood. Go ahead. Working a blood donation. Yeah, there you go. sharpen your fangs there a little bit too. They can do that too for cosmetic reasons. Anyway, thank you, John Diddybag. We appreciate it tremendously. I see Aussie Dave's out there. Putin is a scared little boy. He has bitten off more than he can chew. Dave, I think you're right. This did not go the way Putin thought it was going to go. He thought he was just going to be able to march into Ukraine. The Ukrainian people would just roll over. I think he miscalculated Zelensky a lot. You want to see where leadership counts? Zelensky is showing us that in Ukraine right now, and he has been since this started. A lot of head of states would have evacuated the country. A leader in exile or something like that. But Zelensky decided to stay, and he has inspired the Ukrainians to stand up and fight for their homeland. And he has made himself, no matter which way this comes out, he's made him a place in history. And I think the world can look at him as a leader worth honoring. And so, yeah, that's where Ukraine has, foiled Putin's plans more or less. He didn't count on that. And we're seeing the destruction of Russian armor in towns and stuff, and ambushes set up by Ukrainians. So yeah, they're making a big difference here, baby. And like I said, I think it's exposing Russia for what it is. The lack of power that they have, their discipline within their military is not that great. We've killed 3 of their major generals, I think, on the battlefield. Not going too great, baby. I'm telling you, not going great at all. Dwayne Dwizzle came back with $5 more and said the next thing we are watching is Putin using chemical warfare. Dwayne, thank you very much. That's the conversation that's going on right now, because they believe Putin is trying to is going to try to run a false flag and say the Ukrainians do it. He is trying to spread, and there are biological labs in Ukraine, just as there are in just about any country in the world. And but they are thinking that he might use chemical or biological weapons in Ukraine, and if he does, what is the world's response to that? That is a war crime beyond deniability. You can't turn your head to some shit like that. I do. I'm worried. I'm worried that we're going to have World War III, and at the same token, I don't see an out. I want an out. I want to see a diplomatic solution, and if we keep up the pressure on him, if Putin keeps on losing, who knows? Maybe there's going to be a chance. I think Putin will, as time goes by, be isolated within Russia itself. And only half of his population is behind him. The other half knows he's a freaking liar. And the more information that seeps into Russia from outside sources, the more the truth will be known. And he'll get weaker and weaker by the day. But a weak man does desperate things. And so that's what we have to watch for. Anyway, today, Aussie's confused. I am confused. Yes, I will today. What are you confused about, Aussie? Everybody in this family. Did you guys talk about Russia bombing Belarus people? Belarus is not sending troops in. Now he's trying to get soldiers from the Middle East to come in. He looks so weak. Sonia, you're right. That's exactly what I think it is. He's calling in mercenaries from Syria. He's getting Belarus to try to get their soldiers in there. Yeah, that's what I mean about is the Russian military as strong as it is propped up to be? I don't see it, not on a tactical sense. The big, long convoy that stretched out for 40 miles, are you shitting me? You're asking to be shot at. The convoy of tanks bunched up in the city, are you shitting me? You're not a tank, you're a target. And they showed that on aerial footage. One tank after another getting blown up. These are not smart individuals as far as the battlefield goes. It's not looking good. And right now, most of them tanks in that 40-mile convoy are backed up under trees and shit, trying to hide, trying to protect their ass from getting blown up. So yeah, it's over 2 weeks and they haven't advanced on Kyiv yet. I don't think it's going by plan. But the devastation in the south, that's getting bad. That's getting bad. We need to really direct a lot of our attention into getting those Stingers, those Javelins. They need to get some anti-ship weapons down there in the south so they can knock out a few more of the ships out there at sea. TK Benj, Russia's weak military. All they got is the threat of nuclear weapons. And therein lies the rub, baby. The question is, in my mind, would the Russian military execute such an order, knowing the consequences? We know Putin is a madman. He had got, I'm sure he's got a bunker deluxe. Are you shitting me? It'll withstand 20 nuclear bombs blowing up on top of it, I'm sure. But it's the rest of the world that suffers in a nuclear war. None of us are going to get out of that shit. It's all a ball of wax, baby. There's nothing left of it if we go that route. So that's what we're trying to stay out of. But that is his only threat, I believe, that he has, is the threat of nuclear weapons. His army is demonstrating that it can have its ass kicked, and not that difficult to do. Not looking good, baby. Not looking good for Russia. And anyway, let me see. I got to check this out, find out what conversation I'm trying to look at here, and it's just too far back I can't see. Anyway, Aussie Dave, I hope you're doing fine, brother. How long can you stay in a bunker? Days, weeks? Well, depends on how much supplies you got down there. At some point, what's that guy said? I'd seen a guy in Kyiv holding up a sign that said, written in Russian, it said, "Dear Putin, can we skip to the part where you just shoot yourself in a bunker?" That's Putin needs to be taken out. George Murray is right. That is the best. You can't survive in a bunker if all he has is the expired food he tried to feed his family. I saw that story. He's sending troops into Ukraine with rations that expired several years ago. That makes you feel good. The team's right behind her. Aaron Trombley, you can stay in a bunker for a long time with a bullet in your head. Yes, you can. Forever, I understand. We know he's not going to go out like that. But the Julius Caesar answer to me would be the best possible outcome of this. Somebody within Russia would just recognize the fact that they've got a madman on their hands, and Russians are going to suffer for it until they get rid of him, because this is Putin's war. This is not Russia deciding, well, we're standing up for our national integrity and going to defend our country. No. This is Putin's greedy little ass wanting to become a prominent member of history. And he already has, but he's on the wrong side of history. And there's nothing that he can do to ever pull his ass out of it. I don't think Russia will look kindly on him in their own history for the misery that he's brought to Russia. They say the ruble is now it's 100 to 1, 100 rubles to a dollar, or 200 rubles to the dollar. That's what it was. 200. That's less than a pit. That reminds me when I was, damn, it's money ain't worth a shit. You got problems, and we're gonna have a hard enough time in this country. And the dollar's pretty damn strong, but prices are high and inflation's going up. So yeah, we're gonna feel the pinch. But can you imagine if the dollar went to shit, how much everything would cost? Yeah, well, you just wouldn't be able to buy it, period. Not with money. Diana Mallory, bequeather of the gong, came in with a $5 donation and said, "I don't think we should wait for Puck Putin to do the chemo warfare. I think we should stop him before that. He's already setting the stage. He is." Diana Mallory, thank you. He is. That's what they're talking about on TV, the possibility that he is talking about it and setting the stage to do just that. And what is the world going to do? What are we going to do if we see a chemical weapon used or a biological weapon? Are you shitting me? A pathogen that they turn loose and everybody dies of some weird ass sickness shit. That shit spreads, man. That's inhumane. As if what he's doing now isn't. He's bombing civilian neighborhoods. Hell, he hit a kindergarten last night. Are you shitting me? Kindergarten. Yeah. Not too precise with their shit. They said that he's holding back his precision munitions in case the United States steps in. Well, buddy, I think just about everything we got is pretty precision munitions. We'll put a missile on the pickle on your hamburger from 1,000 miles out to sea. We have the weapons, we have the experience, we have the superiority as a military, I believe. And if you throw in Western Europe, the European Union and NATO, it's a formidable force that we're talking about. And I think it would just overwhelm Russia. It's a losing situation for him, if not for the threat of the nuclear option. And so, yeah, what do we do about that? And I hope it's a rhetorical question. We don't find the answer. I hope we don't have to realize what happens if. Because if it does, shit goes to hell in a handbasket if they start tossing those around. 1 ruble is equal to 0.00993 Canadian, no, CAD. What's CAD? Am I messed up? Exchange rate. Yeah, it's worthless. And, you know, they haven't... Spam saved our troops in World War II. Yes, it did, darling. And I still cringe when I eat it. But I look at it every time I go to the store now. As a matter of fact, I was talking to Mama the other day about, you know, what if things. And, well, you stop up on Spam, on salmon, on tuna fish, any kind of meat products, protein products that you can buy that have a long shelf life. Would it do any good? It would prolong the inevitable. If we get into a nuclear conflict worldwide, I don't know. Dave, I'm coming to see you. They say New Zealand might be safe. There might be a few islands out in Indonesia. Mainlands would just be a wasteland of destruction. Most of us would be dead anyway. No matter how you look at this nuclear option, it is not. It doesn't end well for anyone. And so all we can do is hope and trust in leaders that they do the right thing. If you pray hard, baby. I say it all the time. I'm an atheist, but I might be wrong. So, yeah, if you believe, yeah, it can't hurt. Let me see, Mark Perkins. Mark! Wait a minute, Mark! Mark, thank you very much, by the way. Got mail from you today, brother. Thank you very much is all I could say. It was very much appreciated, and Mama's enjoying that right now. If I have that right. Jesus, man, I'm telling you, my mind. New Zealand, great place. No smoking, though. Yep, no smoking. I had a friend that went down there. Actually, she went to Hawaii, met a guy on the beach there who was from New Zealand, ended up traveling to New Zealand to go visit his family, had a fleeting romance, and then it died off. But she very much enjoyed the trip down to New Zealand and to Australia. I wish I could take that kind of opportunity. But anyway, come on down, Aussie Dave says they got lots of land nowadays. So anyway... I guess that's about all we can do is hope for the best, pray for the best, hope our leaders do the right thing, and stand up for this country. Don't be a mealy-mouthed little Donny boy. Really, they gave it to him on a platter. All you have to do is say pooty bad, and he would not do it. Are you shitting me? And that in a nutshell is Donald Trump. Anyway, Keith Ellis, every world leader needs to do a show giving Trump the middle finger, saying, fuck Trump. That would be... It's what we need in our own country. It's what we need our own neighbors and shit to do, is to realize they got conned and there's been sold a sack of bullshit. And you're standing there holding this sack of bullshit trying to convince people it smells good. And we all can try to tell you it's bullshit. It smells like bullshit. Look in the sack, stuff some in your mouth, taste it. It tastes like bullshit. And, but we can't, because there's some of them so ate up with hate. We got a troll? Oh, good. Hey, Trump, fuck Trump. Trump sucks. Hey, that piss you off? Fuck you. Get out of here. You have no business being here. Yeah, get after his ass. Anyway, oh yeah, putting whatever name was heavy in the NRA. The NRA, you mean the National Russian Alliance? Is that NRA you're talking about? Because that's who they are. Remember that big thing with they was getting all that money from Russia, pumping it right into Trump's campaign? Yeah, look it up. He's a traitor then. He's a traitor now, and the NRA, sadly, is not what it was when I was a kid. It had a reputable reputation. It was a safety course mostly. It dealt a whole lot with the community it served, but then it turned political, and it got sucked up by the right-wing nut job, and that's all it is now, is the National Russian Alliance. My dad died in 1980, and I still get fucking mail from the NRA asking him for money and asking for his vote and all that shit. You know, he had one of them life insurances. Yeah, they didn't pay that shit either. Nothing but a con job, just like the fucking rest of the Republican Party is nowadays. There's very little left of it, any integrity at all. I look at them as, I feel sorry for them, because they act like they're patriots. They wave the flag. They stand up like they're Americans. No. Not while you're supporting that asshole. Not while you're supporting Putin. If you support Trump, you're supporting Putin, you're supporting Russia. That's all there is to it. Don't come to me with your freedom bullshit and your democracy crap. You don't believe in either one, except for your personal shit. That's the only thing Republicans think of, is their personal freedom, their personal rights. Fuck you and the rest of the damn country. They don't give a shit. And that's why they can follow somebody like Putin. That's how they can follow somebody like Trump, because they've convinced themselves that it's the patriotic thing to do, because they believe in a bumper sticker instead of what it means. And that's what I really think, and it's just sad, because I was raised with the idea that it's your country. I was raised with the idea that Kennedy gave us. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. And we do, and the least of that is, when somebody says, thank you for your service, John, I say, thank you for paying your taxes. Nobody likes to do it. Nobody wanted to go to Vietnam. Nobody wants to pay their taxes. There's a lot of shit we have to do to make a society run. And not all of it's fun and roses. Some of it hurts. But that's the price we pay, and we're paying a higher price now for it. Gas is up, groceries is up, and guess what? They're growing up. I'm seeing a story where some people are going to have to move because the rents are going to start going up again. Anyway, sometimes you feel like you just rant forever, because there's never a shortage of bullshit to deal with. But we do the best we can. We do what we can. And the most important do is to get out and vote, baby, because that's the only thing that changes anything. Yeah, I'm with Dwayne Jewell. Everything is up except my bank account. Well, Dwayne, be careful with that, buddy, and take care of it. I want to thank everybody for coming in and visiting. And, yeah, $6 per gallon here. Oh, shit. Yeah. Smoke rise. Joe-flation is out of control. Got Joe up your butt, do you think Joe did this? Yeah, go back to see Donnie Boy. I'm sure Donnie would bring the gas back down to 35 cents a gallon, because every president could just do that when they get in office, just raise the prices of everything because, they say. Some of these people got no freaking idea how the freaking world works. Oh, the president's in charge of everything. Really? No, not in the capitalistic system, baby. He's not in charge of the price of shit. Guess who's making money, though? Anyway, I just have a great weekend, Teresa. You too. Francis and Jeff. Who is this Smoke Rise shit? Is that the little troll that we got in here? Oh, is he lost? Is he trying to find some libtards to piss off? Well, you got a pitiful little world, Smoke Rise, if you're in here trying to get a rise out of us. I mean, you got a rise, but not the one you was thinking about. You're just a pitiful little soul looking to piss somebody off. Well, guess what? We're too busy here pissing on your little Trump love out there. How does it feel, really, to be a traitor to your country, Smoke Rise, where you could just turn a blind eye to ignorance, to lying, to con men, all that shit, and I bet you got a bumper sticker on your truck saying, I love America, God bless America, all that. I bet you got your fucking flag on there, too. Do you wave it every day? Do you get up and say the Pledge of Allegiance, Smoke Rise? I don't think so, you little prick. Anyway, go back to sucking your mama's little tit. Anyway, let's disperse with the little troll there and let him get his little... Are you jacking off, Smoke Rise? Really? Are you diddling yourself there while you're typing there real fast? Anyway, I love y'all. Oh, yeah. Travis tells me, don't talk to him, Dad, because you're just feeding them. I like to talk to them like just the little pricks they are, the little scumbag. The only reason he's in there is because he ain't got a life. You think that guy would have a show of himself and express his own opinion? Fuck no. He's a little dweeb sitting there somewhere with his little hand on his pecker trying to make somebody believe he's somebody. It's Smoke Rise. What the fuck is that? Are you on fire or something, buddy? Somebody ought to piss on you to put you out. Anyway, I'm going to let you go because it'll just go downhill from here. Yeah, I know. Everybody, you know. Where is he? Is he still here? Oh, he's gone. Oh, we must have hurt his feelings. My goodness. I hope he just... Either that or he came. He finished himself off and that's it. Anyway, which is more than likely. Catman56 came in with a $5 donation. And by the way, Keith, please close the door up there, brother. We need to get your show, This Rant Across America, telling a truth most of us feel. I told y'all from the beginning, I don't know what I'm doing here. The only thing I do, come on here every day and try to speak to what's in my heart. And if some little troll comes in here, then my first reaction is to tell him to fuck off and then explain to him exactly what I think a little pissant troll he is and how disgusting of an American he thinks he is. Because he's not. And it pisses me off, and then that's when I get off and going. Anyway, Ardessa, you're not late. You're fashionably late, baby. We was waiting on you. Anyway, Randy, take care of yourself. Thank you for being here. Miss Linda, thank you for being here, baby. I appreciate everybody that shows up for this, to be a part of this family and in this discussion. Like I said, half the time I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm just like every one of y'all out there looking for the answers of what's going to happen. But I have one thing in my heart, baby, and that is I love this country. And I want to work hard as much as I can to impact it any way I can in the right direction, to motivate as many people as I can to vote, to get out and voice your opinion, use your voice, to do whatever it takes, because we watched 4 years of a disgusting traitor to this country drive a wedge, and we've seen what it does, and we need to bring it back together, baby. Anyway, that's it. I love y'all. Thank you for being here, baby. Y'all take care of yourself. We'll be back here again Sunday night for another Blue Dot family meeting, so please come by and join us. We'll have Discord on. Come join the conversation. Until then, Judith Gash, we love you back, baby. George Murray, thank you very much. Linda Hope, Media Main 6, thank you for being here. Jeanette Miller, Gary Spring, Keith Ellis, BW, Gary Shepard. Blue all the way, baby. We'll see you.